Welcome to another Widget Wednesday on SMPostcards. Today we're going to talk about business policies. Basically, a lot of people call them shipping policies, but it's business policies because you got return policies and payment policies in there too. But if I'll mix it up, I'll say business policies, shipping policies. It's the same thing, and I'll show you where that is. But I'm going to go ahead and talk about what eBay says about this. You can always go to help at the top of your seller hub to eBay and type in business policies. It's going to give you a lot more information, how to set it up, and stuff like that. When you first set this up, if you're not using them, make sure you have time to go through and make sure you got this right. Once it's set, it's pretty simple, as you'll see. But once you first go through it, if you got 1,000 listings, you're going to have some extra policies and stuff, and you're going to have a little learning curve. It's a lot better than it was when it first came out. I ended up with tons of stuff I had to fix, and a couple of my friends called me and like that. But it's not hard. You just got to understand it, and it makes listing a lot easier. eBay says whenever you create a listing, you need to choose a set of business policies if you're using business policies. The payment, shipping, and return details you specify for buyers. You can make the listing creation process and the management of existing listings more efficient by creating policy templates that store your preferences for each of these areas. I'm going to show you, I think I got 4. I'm going to do a little clip here in a second and show you exactly how I have mine set up and what they look like. Very simple. They also say business policies are important because they let buyers know how they can pay you, how long it will take you to ship an item, the delivery services you offer, including shipping and package costs, and whether you accept returns. All of it's set up in a template, and when you go to listing, you just hit that business policy and it has all that in there. Rather than setting your preferences in these areas on a listing by listing basis, so if you have 1,000 listings and you're going in there doing a shipping policy of each one, just do once and you grab it. You can streamline the process by creating templates. These templates can be applied when creating new listings or even used to update multiple existing listings. So say if I want to raise my price 25 cents for shipping and handling or whatever, I can go into the business policy and say I have 50,000 listings, and I can just change it from say $5 to $5.25, hit go, it'll automatically update all my listings that have that policy. There is a little caveat to that when you update. I'll talk about that in a minute. And then they said if your business policy preferences vary, so if you have different things you sell, higher price ones, lower price, heavier things, FedEx, you can set up all these different templates. On what you're selling, you can create a range of different templates. I wouldn't get it too complex. Make it simple. You don't want to think about doing it. Just make it simple. This gives you the flexibility to apply different payment, postage, and return details depending on what you're listing. And as you'll see, mine are pretty straightforward. It's not a lot of changes. Now you can, once you set up a policy, you can edit, copy, reassign, and delete your policies whenever you choose. And I'll talk a little bit about that. If you update a policy, any listings using that policy will automatically be updated with your changes. Now when you go to edit them, and you have you send an offer to someone, or there's something going on with that listing, I think offers are good for 4 days when you send it. I'm not for sure exact number, but if I go out there and I raise my price from $5 to $5.25 for shipping or whatever, I change something in the policy, and it hits all the active listings that are assigned to it, as you'll see in the screen clip. If any of those are tied up with a offer, basically let's say an offer that you sent and the person haven't responded yet, those will not be applied because that is, you can't change a listing when you have an offer out, and it's going to update everything it can, and then it's going to create a copy of that policy. It's going to say copy next to it at the bottom. You just got to wait a couple days, go back in and just rerun it and see if you can get those moved to the original one, then get it down to 0. So you want to, it's not really a set and forget. You still got to manage it, go in there and look at it every once in a while, make sure you don't have those extra copies. but that's because you have listings or something, offers out on listings, and you can't even manually go in and edit a listing. The policy can't do it either. If you want to delete a policy that's currently being used in any active or scheduled listings, you need to reassign the new policies to these listings first. So if you have an old template business policy, shipping policy, and you want to delete the old one, you got to move the other ones to that one first. And how long it takes, it depends on how many listings. I usually go in and change them, and I give it a day. One back-end system's talking to another one and stuff like that. I just want it to settle down. So a lot of times I'll go and make some changes, and I'll let it go for a day or two. Then I'll go back in and take a look and make sure everything's set. It doesn't take that long, but I just let it settle. It'll probably only take minutes, but I don't spend all day on it. I do a little bit at a time. Actually, I haven't been into that often because they kind of run themselves. But I'm going to go ahead and walk through here how to get to this screen on your eBay and where it's located for business policies, and we're going to look at the 4 or 5 that I have in there and just talk about that a little bit, and then I'll come back to the video and close out. Okay, so now how you get to business policies. Now this is my screen from my Seller Hub. I go up here to High Mark on eBay and I hit account settings, and account settings will bring up this page here, and down at the bottom here, business policies, where the yellow arrow is, that's what I'm talking about in this video. You have all these other things. We'll probably do some other videos about setting, but a lot of this stuff in here I don't go in that often. Business policy over here, you go ahead and click on business policies, and it brings up this page here. Manage your business policies. They got less buttons than they did before, but you got all policies you can show. You can just do the payment policies, return and shipping on there. Then you got combined ship. These buttons over here I don't touch. I had some people said that they combine them and it just messes things up. It probably works, but I only got 4 of them here in my whole business policy, so it doesn't make sense for me. But if you're a big seller, all different things, you got 20 policies, maybe these will come into play, but I don't mess with these. But if you want to create a policy, that's right up here, and you can create a payment, return, shipping, vehicle shipping. I don't know what that is. I never don't, but these are the 3 you want to deal with. So the first one for business policies, and then we'll get into the shipping policies here. The first one is I have is returns. It's a return policy to type. Here's your type in this area right here. You can hit these little 3 buttons here, and you can edit, copy, or delete. So let's edit the return policy. You just give it a name. Give it a name that you understand and whatever. I take the default, and then a description. I just copy the title. And then down on the bottom here is where you set it up. So for domestic USA, United States returns, you can set it for 14 days, 30 days, or 60 days. I think to be top rated, you have to have 30 days on there, or top rated plus. But I have it as far out as possible, 60 days. Return shipping paid by me, free to the buyer. That's what I've always had. You can say buyer pays or you pay. Refund method, money back or replacement. You can set that up. And if you do international returns, like I can ship a lunchbox overseas using Pirate Ship and stuff like that. I don't use the eBay International. You can set, I set it for 30 days, and the buyer pays shipping back, because you can get burnt on that. I have over time, and then money back. So if they want to send something back, it's in here. But a lot of times, if item not as described, you're stuck with it anyway. But that's all there is to returns. Make sure you turn it on over here, which ones you want to use. Hit save, and you'll be done. Now the next one type is payment policy. This is probably one of the most simplest ones. Hit edit. Non-immediate payment is the name I put in there. Require immediate payment. If you want to turn it, make them pay right away no matter what, you can click this button, turn it on and off right here. And I'll allow offline payment. I don't mess with check, cash. I don't deal with that. They've got to go through the eBay system. I don't take checks, money orders, or cash on pickup. I don't get involved with any of that stuff. But that's all there is. I have forever, I do not make them pay right away. Just let them shop is what I do. So that's the payment policy. It's either immediate payment or not. And if you want to take checks and stuff, that's not worth the trouble. I can tell you that right now, in my eyes. So that's return payment and payment. Those are the two you should have set up. And it should be, to me, default across all your listings. Now with the returns with international, you can set it up differently and stuff. But you want to have these two. And then when you get to shipping policy, if you notice, I only got two. And you're saying, well, you've got a lot of cards here. Sell a lot. Well, it doesn't matter. First one here is flat US eBay standard envelope free. 1 business day is what it's set for. And then the bottom one is we'll look at is ground advantage. Then if you look over here, it says updated with errors. Now I updated this, I did something, and it went out and it updated all 56,909 listings assigned to this policy. But there was some that had an offer or something like that, it couldn't update, and you'll end up with another one down here, and it'll say copy of this one. Give it a few days, go back and see if you can click over here and see if you can bulk edit them and move them back to that shipping policy there. And then when it says 0 over here, you can delete that copy one. Doesn't happen too often, but if you're in here playing with this a lot, you're going to see those. No big deal. It's just taking what it was before, and when the lock gets off of that listing, you should be able to move it to this one. But over here to the right, it'll tell you how many listings are assigned to each one. If you notice, I got 57,038 listings on a returns, and same thing for there, but I only got 56,909 on standard envelope. That's because I sell higher price cards over $20, or the lunch boxes and stuff that don't fit in there, so they have to go somewhere. So I only have 129 non-postcard items in the store. But this is a shipping policy. Let's take a look over here. Edit, copy, or delete. We want to edit it. This name was just default with them. I didn't put the description there. Shipping method. When you get down here, and when you open this, when you get down here, you'll see you got shipping method, freight, large, no shipping, local pickup. It's just standard shipping is all I use, small to medium items. Then domestic, flat rate, same cost to all buyers. Now I do free shipping in this one. This is eBay standard envelope for postcards. If you do free shipping, you need to set it to flat. It's the same cost to all buyers. If you want to calculate it by zip code and zones, so it's more pricey from Illinois to California than it is in Illinois to Iowa, then you would do calculated, and this would open up. When you go down here, for my primary service for the free one, I check this box here, offer free shipping. Entices buyers by offering free shipping for your primary shipping service. So all the postcards assigned here under $20 eBay standard envelope get free shipping because I checked that. This grays out. I also offer additional services of priority. I charge a flat rate of $8.75, 25 cents for each other one. I don't get a lot of people using these, and ground advantage if they want it, $5.50. I should increase that because it is costing a little bit more, but I don't get many people upgrading their shipping services, so it's kind of a wash. I'll have to go take a look at that and see what it exactly is. And then down here is if you want to add any other additional services, and then if you use rate tables, which I don't get into. I don't make it complicated. Now down at the bottom of the thing here is local pickup. I don't have that on rate tables, and this is where you put your handling time. Do you ship in 1 business day, 7, 20 business days? It's going to come up and tell you if you ship way out. It doesn't like over 10 days, but I have mine set to 1 day shipping, and that's right down in the bottom here in handling time. So that's my eBay standard envelope one. Now the next one I have, if something is not allowed to go eBay standard envelope, it's not supported, I go over, and this one here is for that. Pictures and stuff like that. This is ground advantage 1 business day. Standard shipping. Now this uses calculated, not free, because ground advantage goes by zones for me. I don't check this button for free. And shipping ground advantage, you can change your service. You can pick all the different services in here that they have available on their that's ground advantage. And then your handling cost. So I'm doing calculated, not free. It lets you put a handling cost. I charge 50 cents for every ground advantage one I send out. Priority is 75 cents. And that's just to cover the basic materials, whatever like that. It's just shipping and handling. That's what it is. And then the handling time at the bottom, I set to 1 day. Is where you set that up. Now, if you're going away and you want to change your handling time to 5 days, just go into your shipping policy here and change it to 5 days, and then it'll update all your listings that it can update. And say the next day on vacation you log in, just go and change your handling time to 4 days. You don't have to touch every listing. But this is all I have. I have the returns, 60 days, non-immediate payment, eBay standard envelope, free shipping. I offer Ground Advantage priority for an upgrade if they want, and then shipping for other things other than eBay standard envelope, Ground Advantage. Keep it simple. Don't have 20 different things in there just in case. It's not going to get you another sale. Shipping is shipping on there. But these are the 4 that I have, and that's all I have. Now let's get back to the video. That's all I have. 2. Ground Advantage or eBay standard envelope. And the reason I got Ground Advantage is I sell lunch boxes or I sell cards over $20 that can't go eBay standard envelope. That's it. Inside the eBay standard envelope, I have priority and Ground Advantage if they want to update their tracking, their shipping, which they can do. I don't get a lot of that. And then Ground Advantage, they can go to priority if they want. That's all I have. Now, if I want something really different, I can always go and just do that in the listing or create another template, which I have in the past, but not very often. Again, eBay comes back in and says the top takeaway is business policies are important because they let your buyers know how they can pay you and how long it would take you to ship an item, the delivery services you offer, including shipping and package cost, and whether you accept returns. Business policies, I think, been out there for a while. I don't even remember me changing over, but they're easy to do and stuff. You can change your handling time and all these different things as we'll go as you go through these. That's Widget Wednesday. If you use business policies or you don't, leave in the comments why you don't, or if you like them and stuff like that. If you have any issues, put it out there. Someone can probably been through what you've been through. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next Widget Wednesday. Bye.